Have you seen the clips? I've seen several clips, and it went just about as I expected it to go. The word on the curb is that when he arrived, he was already in a combative mode. And so because he was in a combative mode, he was late getting to the stage. And he probably was in that combative mode because he saw all of the discourse that was taking place over on Twitter. The members of the NABJ, baby, they were not happy that the people over the convention felt he deserved a platform at their convention. The NABJ was tweeting for a good 2-3 days. The members were going off over on Twitter. They were calling him a liar. They were calling him a convicted felon. They were basically saying he was a racist. He wasn't going to be truthful in his answers. He was unintelligent. And you know Donald Trump was at the house scrolling through all of those tweets. And that tells me why he was so combative when he arrived at the event. And once he hit the stage, he did exactly what I expected him to do. Lie, not answer questions, be disrespectful to the moderators and to the people in the audience and to black people in general. I didn't expect him to answer questions, and he didn't answer questions. Lied and said that Kamala Harris all of a sudden decided that she wanted to be a black woman. Kamala Harris has always identified as a black woman because she's black. He was asked about his black jobs comment, and he said all jobs are black jobs. He was asked why did he decide to, show up to this event, because he wanted black people to know that he is against immigration and immigrants are coming in to steal black jobs. Well, of course, the next question is, well, what do you consider a black job? He responded with, well, all jobs are black jobs. Well, we know he's not talking about CEO. He's not talking about attorneys or teachers or anything like that. We know he's talking about jobs of service. And as he answered these questions where he would say these things in front of his MAGA crowd, they would be laughing with him. But him saying these things in front of a bunch of intelligent, educated black people, they laughed at him as the clown that he is. And so he got more aggressive. And from what I understand, his team pulled him from the event early. Listen, he showed us exactly who he was. But realistically, Donald Trump has shown us who he is decades ago. We didn't need to invite him into our space, onto our platform, for him to disrespect and denigrate black people. Now, what I am looking to see is Donald Trump wasn't adorned. He wasn't well received. And I'm sure he left that event feeling attacked. And we're going to get to see how he shreds the NABJ. That's what I'm going to be looking out for next. He is going to get onto Truth Social, and he is going to shred that organization. Truth be told, I don't think his campaign will torpedo. I think those who have supported Donald Trump all of this time will continue to support Donald Trump. They will see his performance and think that it was a fantastic performance. They will love him more because they will believe that he owned black people. The more I think about this, the more I believe that Donald Trump showing up to this event, it wasn't to get more black votes. It was to solidify his votes with those racists who were on the fence. Black people know who Donald Trump is. We are clear. We have been watching the buffoonery for about a decade now. And even longer than that, if we look at what he did in his business life. Black people know who Donald Trump is. I will give kudos to the moderators on the stage, though. I didn't think they were going to come with hard-hitting questions. But those sisters came with hard-hitting questions. Well, the two other than Harris Faulkner. Harris Faulkner is the one that's from Fox News. She asked questions that were pretty much softball questions, in my opinion. But the other two ladies, they came with it. Anywho, somebody down in the comments asked me if I would go live and you know, we watch the whole segment together. I'm not doing that. I just it's bothersome to me as a black woman to watch this man be so disrespectful towards black people. It's bothersome to me. I don't enjoy seeing him tear down black people the way that he does. So, yeah, I won't be going live to do like a live watching of this. But I think you can find it over on YouTube if you want to see it. And I'm gonna leave y'all with a small segment of how the Q&A started. How it started. I guarantee you he left there feeling attacked. And I'm just waiting to see how he's going to so-called punch back.
It was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and you know, and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, you know, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late. Just so we understand, I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love
I think
if you
it's
can
a
answer
very
the question
nasty
on your rhetoric
question.
and why you
I
believe
have
that
answered
black
the
voters
question.
should trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson,
That's my
who signed the
answer.
Voting Rights Act?
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace. I really do.